Hello and welcome to Caffey and Commerce. I'm your host, Derek, and this podcast is produced by SRP Studios Podcasting. Please visit srpstudiosllc.com for a free consultation. If you want to explore how your business can be featured on this podcast, kindly access the form link in the description area of this episode so we can get in touch and discuss the exciting opportunities available to you and your business. You can follow Caffey and Commerce on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The links are in the description. Today, I am speaking with Miss Brandy Faulkner. Brandy runs a digital marketing agency called Desoto Local. Desoto Local connects local businesses to their customers through a network of screens that have indoor digital billboards in their locations. These screens display full motion ads about the business hosting the screen, ads for local businesses in the area, and relevant local content. This network of screens allows you to reach your customers where they work, shop, eat, and play, right? Reach Brandy at 901-831-3212 and visit her website, desotolocal.biz. Miss Brandy, how are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you?
It's fun having you in here. We've become friends. And I love working with you and talking with you, so I'm glad you're here for this today.
Thank you for the invite. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so we're here to talk about your business, but let's get to know Brandy. Brandy has a very special personality, everyone. Okay, and worth spotlighting. So
this isn't going to go well. No.
Oh, this is going to go great. What are you talking about? No, this is fantastic. So, welcome to the show. And before we really get into everything, just introduce yourself and tell us extrapolate on what your business does.
Well, I am Brandy Faulkner. I've been doing this for about 4 years now. Start a business at the beginning of a pandemic would be fun, they said, but with 50% capacity, I mean, it was horrible because I get paid depending on the amount of times these commercials are seen and all that good stuff.
I mean, it's sales.
Yes.
And you need to go shake some hands, right?
Yep. Kick some doors down, kiss some babies, shake some hands.
Doors you're not allowed to go through and hands you're not allowed to shake, right?
Yes.
So that's a little tricky.
Yes. Yeah. So I had to work double hard, and I turned this business from 6 TVs to 35 TVs, and I do the marketing for about 70 businesses across DeSoto County.
That's a good chunk of business right there.
I know some folks.
Yes. Say again, how many locations?
35 right now.
35.
I've got 5 in Memphis, looking to expand that. Hence my new girl I'm really excited about. We've been training for the last couple weeks and dragging her around in my shenanigans.
So someone that's going to help you with the sales and get out on the field for you?
Yes.
Very cool. You didn't tell me this.
I know.
You're growing.
It's new. I got to keep her. Yep.
Yeah. And look, I mean, that is the way to do it, because there's only so much you can do.
Totally.
Any business owner out there listening knows that, if to grow and scale up, you need help. So I'm glad that you found someone that you trust, right?
Absolutely.
You got to trust the person and get out there for you. And then eventually, Brandy, you're not going to have to go anywhere. It will run itself.
Oh, it's that.
That's the dream, right?
Yes, that's great.
Yes.
It's and it breaks my heart. All my customers, I have to, keep pedaling forward so much. Mm-hmm. Frank and Sherry Fairley, customers of mine, saw me the other day and they're like, "Did you forget where our office is?" And that just breaks my heart, that it's a very personable business. Yes. I know their family. I know, what church they go to, and I go watch them preach, and, it's. Yeah.
I say this ad nauseum, people buy people. And that's the relationship you build, and build that trust and visibility and credibility. And you become friends, So there's 2 avenues here. There's finding the venue that's willing to work with you, and then finding the businesses that want to be on your screens.
Yes.
So let's start with the venue. Pretend every bar and restaurant in Memphis, Shelby and DeSoto County is listening right now. How do they get a screen in their building? Because, mind you, they get an ad on said screen, right? So,
yes.
So how does it work? how does the transaction work, and how can they get a screen on their wall?
To make sure they're eligible to have a screen on the wall, I require a minimum of 5,000 customers that would go through there a month. That's how I can tell my customers, you're seen once every 15 minutes, in these venues because, they're popular. I'm in all the cool places where all the cool kids hang out and spend money.
Yep.
And then the other necessity is a 15-minute dwell time. So our consumers are in the dining room having dinner. They're looking around. When they look up from the phone, we're going to get them. And then, so they're on the treadmill for 15 minutes, So it's, if we don't get your brand into their face that time, we're going to catch them, the next day at the gym or Dr. Shackelford's office.
Like waiting rooms.
Yes, waiting rooms, dining rooms, bars.
If the business traffic is flyby.
Yes.
It's not going to do anyone any good.
Exactly. Exactly.
And now who provides the screen?
They do. I tell them that, if lightning would hit their restaurant, they would buy them a new TV and not me. So I am just pretty much giving them the benefits of advertising while using a piece of real estate on their wall.
Right. And I forget the transaction. You pay them to put your screen up?
Oh, no.
All right. So they're paying a fee, but
theirs is
explain that.
Severely discounted. So my electricians, my plumbers, people that don't have a storefront per se, that don't have a storefront, they need their brand seen in other storefronts. So they need to know, DeSoto County, they're spending $7 to $8 billion a year. So I'm putting your brand in front of people out there spending money, whether it's on gym memberships or, restaurants, doctor's offices, all kinds of.
So the venue pays you for your service.
Yes.
But then they get an ad for themselves as well.
Yes.
How to explain to the people how the screen operates and how you are able to update it, who's doing the designing of the ads. Explain more about that.
So what I do, I have a box that's behind the TV that my electrician comes and installs, which installs a Cat 5 cord to their router. So that allows me to work from my phone. I can take down commercials from my phone. From
your phone?
Yes, on the beach in Florida. That was like the best work ever. I'd worked so hard.
And then you make the slides, right? And they look beautiful. You can have some that are video based and moving, and it's really cool.
And I implement, the people, the employees, the smiling employees, the smiling happy customers. So then once they're seen on a TV elsewhere, it enforces more word of mouth. Hey, that's my neighbor. Hey, I saw the wanted poster. I mean, I've got all kinds of stuff going on the TVs.
So now let's talk about the customers.
Yes.
That are putting their brand on these screens. What does that look like? What's the first step? Contacting you. Okay. How does it work from there?
From there, basically I kind of review all of, their social media, how active they really are. I let them know, hey, if they don't have much to go from, hey, this is a chance, let's get new footage. Let's get, that new brand logo going. Let's switch it up. I love keeping my TVs fresh, exciting. I do anything nonprofit for free. So you will constantly see, DeSoto Grace has the wings competition coming up, or 10th Inning is doing, I'm helping run a Special Olympic event coming up soon. And, so everything my customers have going on, I get out there to the community.
And how long is their slide up for?
Usually 20 seconds. 20
seconds.
15's too short, 30's too long. But so like another fantastic customer, Safe Pet Sitting, I did do a 30-second for her because she had so many cute puppy dogs in there that I just couldn't, but I wanted to get out also. Depends on, what they're needing to get out. Too many details. No, I want to generate that Google. I want to generate that phone call, or, have that customer walk in that business is my goal.
And I've seen your screens.
Yes, I seen your head on my screen.
I'm on your screens, but I remember when we first started getting to know each other, I was sitting at 10th Inning, which is a place out near Silo Square, South Haven, watching a band. Place is packed. It was Halloween weekend. It wasn't Halloween night. It was Halloween weekend. So everyone is out there dressed, and it was just slammed. And I'm sitting there, and I see your face on the screen. I was like, hey, that's what Brandy's talking about. So I take a picture and show you. Yeah. I was like, it's working. Caught my attention. So then I sat there, and what kind of businesses are on here? And I gave the screen attention, and
that day I got a picture, picture from you, plus two of my other customers. One was, having lunch at Saki. And so it's almost like a game, my customers want to go and see, their commercial and see how, this isn't just, throwing money into the air. You can visually see how many times you are seen over and over. And, but that day, totally forgot where I was going.
Did Brandy Faulkner run out of things to say?
I was quiet.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
That's a first. If I had some sound effects, it'd be like an explosion sound.
Yeah. Wow. But so I know my TVs work from the feedback that I get alone from my commercial. They're there seeing who else is on there. And and my customers also use me as a referral. They text me. They trust who I have in my loop. They trust my customers. Brandy, I've got a squirrel in my attic. Who do I call? And I'm like, hang on. I got you.
Nice. I'm working with this business, so check it out.
Yes.
That's very cool. So the word referral, what are other agencies that pair well with you where now you can help each other feed? Like, hey, Brandy, I have someone that would be interested in your screen. And then you could talk to this person. Let's say they do digital ads, Facebook, Google, YouTube, and you send them to them or whatever. So who best pairs with you?
One thing I love about what I do for my customers is, I have my niche. I talk to them on a personal level. Where do you want to be seen at? Where are your customers at? Are they more coffee shop goers, or we can tailor your marketing to the demographics you're looking for. So I always plug you, so I want to get what the customer says, and if know anything, I'm like, hey, I've got a podcaster, I got a Facebooker, I have your social media pro. Oh, you need a website? I've got the cards right there on me. So I am like their walking agency.
Yeah, you put together a power team. We are BNI members as well. Different chapters. You joined the other one. Just kidding.
I cheated.
Yeah. And I got a story about that. I'm going to pick on you here in a minute. But so clearly you're in the advertising marketing game, and there's other agencies and companies like myself that offer the same but in different ways. So yeah, we're a team. I might have a person that's wanting to do a podcast for marketing their business, but looking for other ways to. Hey, go talk to Brandy. You see those screens on those walls? She can get you on that. Talk to this person over here for digital ads, like Facebook. So anyone in the advertising realm would be good for you, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to pick on you. So anyone that doesn't know BNI, it's Business Network International. Okay. And you have chapters. And we have one in Hernando, and we have one in Olive Branch. And you have visitors days, and you bring in people as visitors, hoping to, have them enjoy the chamber so much. Now Brandy knows where I'm going. So I invite Brandy to my chapter. It's all going well. And then we go around the horn, and you all give your 60-second little pitch. And you stand up, you get that visibility, you throw out your ad in front of the group, and it gets to Brandy, and she does her thing. And then it goes around the horn again with what we call the bucket round. So now this is when you stand up and say, thank you for business, so-and-so. Well, I had a one-to-one with this member over here. You just start thanking people and giving testimonials and everything. And Brandy says, it's been so nice here. I am interested in joining. I'm pretty interested in joining the Olive Branch chapter. I appreciate all your time. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
Because it's your seat over there. I would never.
No. We could have
worked out well.
So seat meaning what happens is like if we have a realtor in the chapter, no other realtor is allowed to come in. We have mortgage loan banker. We have life insurance, health insurance, auto insurance. So those are all seats. So once you fill a seat, that's it, because we're not trying to compete against each other in the chamber.
Right.
So you own a seat. So yes, my technical seat is advertising and marketing. They don't have a podcast seat.
I just had to spread the love.
No, I'm getting there. So yes, I own the advertising and marketing seat. Boom. No one else in that field can come to me. But mine's very specific to podcasting. So you can play with people. Like hey, we're not going to touch, step on each other's toes. So you could have come to my chapter and we could have been a great power team, but now you went to the other chapter. So I'm not going to I'm not referring anyone to you now. No, but BNI is great, and it comes up constantly. Honestly, all but one of my guests on this podcast I met in BNI. So any business listening, if you're interested in networking and really diving into the business community, BNI is where it's at, But I wanted to pick on you because you announced in front of my whole chapter. Here I am.
Thanks
trying
for
to
the invite. I'm joining the other one. I am horrible.
No, I'm just kidding. We work together.
Absolutely.
And it's been a pleasure to get to know you and learn more about what you do. How do you best stay informed and educated on this field? You're a unicorn, much like I am. Like, there's radio, television, print. Those are the old school. Then you break into Facebook and YouTube and Google ads. Still fairly new, relatively speaking, but have been around a while. What you do is, I would say, fairly new to the area. You kind of own the region. Is there a level of having to keep up with whether it's technology, how to best approach businesses? Is there anything that you do to stay on top of those types of things?
I do continual learning, just anything more I can learn regarding, the community, trends, like podcasting. I'm so excited for you. Like, this is...
I paid her to say that, by the way.
Yeah, but no, that's where it's headed. Yeah. I look at my niche as kind of like Old Faithful. People are continuing, they go out to eat, they go play at the gym, but podcasting is like the next step. And you've got your toes dug in, and
I'm a unicorn.
You hustling. It takes one to know one. Yeah. And I'm proud to be affiliated.
I'm trying to spread the word. I call myself the podcast evangelist.
I
am a unicorn, certainly in Hernando, but I would dare say, I have the best studio in the area.
Absolutely.
Because I'm probably one of the only. No, I'm not. I'm too naive. I don't want to be naive and think there isn't more people like me out there. But, I'm trying my best to make this a thing. But this is about you, Brandy.
Well,
this is about you. So research is key because you want to make sure you're putting your customers in the best venues.
Absolutely.
Right. So when you look at a new venue, you're doing research on them, right? As you mentioned, they need to have a certain amount of people. 5,000, you said.
Yes.
How do they prove to you that? Do they show you the receipts?
No.
How do they prove this?
I do my homework, and I watch it for a little while. Does it sustain the people or not? It's And, if they want to throw a little extra, I'll take that too.
Yeah. But so it's 5,000 a week or a month?
A month.
A month.
And some of my other locations are, easily 15,000 a month. Easy.
What would some of those locations be?
Like 10th Inning, Bullfrog Corner Pawn and Gun.
Really?
Yes. I have a TV behind the gun ordering desk, whatever.
We are in the South.
Mine are illegal, so I've never had to buy. No, I'm kidding.
Brandy.
I'm kidding. They are registered.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah.
Yes, but every time I go in there just to say hello, there are people lined up and down this counter.
Yeah.
It's great. And that, it takes 15 minutes for them to wait for their background check to come back. And so may or may not be criminals watching your TV, but
well, no, if they're in there, they're doing it the right way.
Absolutely. Yes, correct.
Let's be real.
Absolutely.
Guns are an issue
with
certain people.
Yes.
But not everyone is that way. But it's good for your listeners, the listeners here at the show that might own a business interested. But in general, it's good they know the type of venues that you're in, so they can really, oh wow, that's pretty cool. You might have you might have a business that wants to support that venue. Maybe they're, a believer in the Second Amendment. But, of course they are, but really passionate about it.
Yes.
To the point where they know that they're helping support the business of, Bullfrog Corner. What's it called again?
Bullfrog Corner Pawn and Gun.
Pawn and Gun. So they might really want to support them. So they're getting advertising, but they know that it's kind of helping that business as well.
And then they're so funny. Great guys in there. Their radio commercial, the Gunfather. So I went and bought them hats and
the Gunfather. I like that.
The Gunfather.
I like that.
And so I went and bought them Godfather hats and had them hold some ARs and yeah.
Did you take a picture of this?
No, Mom said no. Oh yeah, I made the commercial.
Put that on their screen.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
So so I would say that's niche compared to your typical would be like a restaurant.
Yes.
Okay, outside of a gun shop and restaurants, let's talk about, waiting rooms. So what are some of the industries that you work with that are more based on people waiting in a room for an appointment?
Like Dr. Atatrow with Advanced Dental over on Goodman and over there, Get Well.
Yeah.
His is great. I mean, I've received numerous phone calls and he's like Memphis Face of the Year for every year. Just a great guy. And from when I put a TV into his office, he was one of my first 20. And so it's always fun to pop in and say hi to my customers and show them my new list of where they're all being seen at. And they are just, I get bigger and bigger every week. So
you have 20 offices?
I did have 20 TVs. I'm sorry, I squirreled.
Record scratch. No. We keep it light here, Brandy. It's all good. It's all good.
We've got Dr. Shackelford over here in Hernando and in the Walls location also. So we get those consumers also that live over that way. And, you've got somebody that works in Hernando. Well, they just happen to go into Red Pier on Popular and see their commercial way over there also.
Yeah.
So I saturate this county.
Yeah. And how often have we sat in a waiting room for a doctor's appointment? Forever. Or if you have to go to like an urgent care. I mean, in the COVID, the very busy COVID era, you could be sitting for 2 hours waiting for something, you know? And you never see a screen up. They don't give you any kind of entertainment.
Nothing to look at.
Until I went to, I can't remember. It's my new place to go. It's on Church Road in South Haven, corner of Church and 51 area. And I've been there several times now. And then out of nowhere, just recently I went, they have a screen up and they were playing highlights of Family Feud. And that waiting went by so fast.
Exactly.
I was entertained. I was like, this is great. Steve Harvey is just so perfect for that.
He is.
So you're starving for something to keep your attention. Now we have our phones, but you're just sitting there kind of waiting. And if there's a screen there to watch, I want to learn okay, that's a cool business. Who's next? Who's next? When I sat in Sidecar South Haven, there's 2 locations, Sidecar South Haven on near Lander Center, and then one in Memphis, Sidecar Memphis, what it's called, on Winton. So I'm sitting at the one in Sidecar going to see some friends play, and there's your screen. And I was just like, wow, who's on the screen?
She's stalking me.
And then because knowing you, I admired your work. I'm telling you, your ad will look beautiful. I mean, they're so well done. And they're branded to the business, so it's their look. Like I said, you got video-based stuff. There's movement. It doesn't have to be just a static image or static ad. And it was great, and then I was like, I need to get on that screen. So
and you are, yay.
Yeah. Let's talk barter. Barter in the advertising space is very helpful, because you and I work together, and we help each other out. I try to spotlight you. You spotlight me on the screen. That's why I have you on the show. you're a trade in kind for the Real Hernando podcast. And in the industry we're in, we can have fun with those types of things.
We're going to succeed, all of us together.
Yeah, it's fun. I could give someone free sponsorship on one of my platforms. Let's say we'll use Kim Daly, our friend Kim Daly.
Yes,
She's in my
love
chapter.
her.
City Hall cheesecake, key lime pie. I'm just saying. She's an actual sponsor. Well, let's say let's trade. Okay, I would love piles of cheesecake given to me every month. But does that help?
Cheesecake doesn't pay the bills.
Exactly.
Except for Kim. That's a good thing.
Exactly, right? So anyone listening that is in our space of marketing and advertising in any way, there's room to play. I have a barter deal with Penny Serpico at Rebel
Me
FM.
too.
And
you
too.
Yes.
She's
love
on your
her.
screens.
Absolutely.
You get a commercial. She's a sponsoring kind for the Real Hernando. I still to this day have people coming in the morning. Hey, I heard your ad on the radio.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I told you that too. I'm like, hey, I heard you. Cool.
Yeah. And on the huge, massive Real Hernando network,
Yes.
she gets visibility on that.
Absolutely.
So it's a joy. It's kind of fun.
Absolutely. I mean, anywhere I can have my brand. I mean, I support all the chambers, Northwest Community College, the rodeo team. I love having my logo out in this arena where thousands of people are hanging out for the weekend watching the rodeo.
I trade with the Arts Council.
Absolutely.
DeSoto Arts Council. So I gave them a free quarter, and now I'm going to be on their cups at Hometown Headliners this September.
Very cool.
We're helping each other out.
Seeing your brand over and over and over. That's what we do for our customers. We pound their brain.
Brandy, my goodness.
I'm so violent.
Why so aggressive? That took a turn. I pound their brain. What kind of hammer do you use? My goodness.
I'm packing, I drop a hammer.
But that is the message that you want to drill into their brain, right?
One example, guy called me from the treadmill at Edge Fitness, and he said, well, how do you know this works? I said, you called me. And then after that, Pampered Paws came up, and he was like, oh, wow. I mean, this was a definite sale after this happened. He said, oh, my goodness, I just realized I Googled Pampered Paws because he just saw it, and he kept seeing it. And so, I mean, he didn't even think about it. So we brainwashed the consumers out here.
I'm starting to get terrified. This is a different side to you, Brandy. I didn't know.
That's how I'm here. I brainwashed you into interviewing me.
No, visibility. That's the key word.
Absolutely.
I preach that word in the B&I world. VCP, visibility, credibility, profitability. We all know the know, like, trust. How do you get known?
Yep.
Visibility.
Putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
And then that builds your credibility. So then now it goes back to being liked. Right?
Yep.
And then they trust you. And then that flies back to doing business with you. So visibility is key. And you give a special kind of visibility. It's different. It's a new thing. But
you've got to do something. You've got to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And
radio still works. TV. I mean, of course, there's ears and eyeballs that you're reaching there. So when it comes to what you're doing, digital, screens, billboards, and podcasting, we're not trying to replace them. We're just trying to give businesses different options.
Yep.
More options, a different kind of reach. Come on, guys. Let's go. You need your ad on a screen, and let's do a podcast.
Yes,
or advertise on one of my podcasts. Let's go, But so let's go to where they can find you again. So 901-831-3212.
Yes.
Is your number. And so that's your personal number?
Yes.
So good, putting that out there. So that means you can text her, right?
Yep.
You get random texts
all the time.
Yeah. Our mayor has his phone number on his Facebook page.
Oh, my goodness.
Imagine, how many pothole complaints he gets.
Oh, my goodness. There's Kroger baskets in the, never mind.
DeSotolocal.biz.
Yes.
Right. And anything we're missing, is there one last thing you want to promote and talk about your business that we have not covered yet.
Well, for our team that we have going on, we only run with sharp knives. We don't have time for butter knives.
Man, more weapons. More weapons here. My goodness.
I want customers. We need customers that are serious about their business and growing, because we're going. You can come with us.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, because we're here to give them a good service, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
And we won't drop the hammer either.
We should end now before she gets aggressive. But thanks again.
My pleasure.
It's always fun hanging out with you, Brandy. I told you she's a fun person, and I'm a goofball. So we keep things light here. So again, DeSoto Local. Get your ad on her screens, 901-831-3212, desotolocal.biz. Thank you, Brandy. And thank you, audience, for watching and listening. Please follow Caffey and Commerce. You can find us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can go to the description of this episode, find that link, and it will take you to all of these channels. And again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And y'all have a great day.